All right, welcome to Yoga Megan. We're going to be working on opening up the shoulders and upper back, maybe a little bit of the hips today. So grab a mat, grab a cushion so that you're protecting your low back by having your knees lower than your hip points. And I will see you on the mat. All right, let's start by sitting nice and tall, anchoring the spine down towards the floor, crown of the head reaching to the ceiling, chin slightly tucked, collarbones wide. If you want to visualize either the front ribs knitting together or think of the back lower rib pulling back towards the spine, you'll feel that kind of lengthen the low back a little bit. Breathing in from the root all the way up to the crown of the head visually, seeing the body, the front, sides, and back of the body fill up with air so much that the collarbones rise. On the inhale, drink as much air as you possibly can into the inhale, and then let it all just melt out your nose, from the crown of the head down to the root. We're going to do a couple of breaths just like that. Close the eyes to draw your attention internally. Focus on the breath. Nice. Make sure the breath originates in the low belly and then goes up into the chest so that you're getting a full, the full capacity of the lung is being filled. And let's do 2 more breaths just like this and make sure, let's try and make the exhale twice as long as the inhale. So inhaling on a count of 1, 2, 3, exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stay nice and tall. Good. One more. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now just breathe normal for a few moments. And let's start with our neck roll. So just let the ear go to the shoulder and roll around to the other side, reverse at the back. If you're used to a neck practice and you want to do a full circle around, you can. Just make sure you lengthen and lift as you go to the back. And then let's go around once where we take little pit stops and where you have a little tension. So as you take the neck through, head through, just if you feel a little bout of tension in your neck, just give it a little pause and breathe into it. Let breath and gravity open it up for you. And then go to the next little spot of tension. Take some deep breaths. Let breath and gravity kind of unravel the tension. If you get a particularly gnarly little spot, just stop and breathe a few more breaths there. Let the jaw relax, let the tongue relax in the base of the throat. And just keep going through until you've done the whole neck. Yeah, and if you want to roll the neck around again, that's totally fine. And then when you're ready, come back to center and let's do some shoulder rolls back. So shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Breathing naturally, fully. And then reverse it, take the shoulders forward. And let's take the hands to the shoulders. Elbows circle forward, up and back. Yep. Forward, up and back. There you go. That's it. And then reverse it other ways. So back and forward, back and forward. Now we're going to add in an upper back, like a cat stretch here. So up and forward, round the back, chin to the chest. Elbows come back, chest forward. Inhale, exhale, round the back, elbows forward, chin to the chest. Inhale, chest forward, elbows back. Last one, round the back. come over to your right, right hand on the floor, shoulder down, elbow in, up and over, armpit up towards the ceiling. Squeeze the shoulders back as you open your rib cage and your armpit to the ceiling. That's right. Keep that arm bent. That's gonna give you a little more. Yeah. So you try not to do this, but bend the elbow and open up. Yep. So circle the arm back to whatever's comfortable for you and then come to the other side. It's going to give you a bigger stretch on the shoulder and the arm. So same thing on the other side. Open up and over. Right? Armpit to the ceiling, shoulder squeeze back, anchor both hips down, elbow in towards the body. Breathe. And then circle the arm back to open up. Take your pillow and move it away. Just keep it by your side. Come back to it later. And then just sitting easy cross-legged pose. Let's circle around. Circle the hips. Let's do a couple of times one way. And then reverse the other way. Good. Let's do a seated cat-cow here. So hands on knees or just below the knees. Elbows are just going to go straight back and stay by the sides of the body. Chest is going to lift. Collarbones widen. Inhale. So you're pulling your chest forward, you're pulling your knees back and your chest forward, elbows by your side. Now, belly button to the spine, round the back, hang off your knees, chin to the chest, like you're trying to get the belly to the floor behind you. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round the back. Inhale, lift. One more. Exhale, round the back. And come back to a seated position. Let's warm up the wrists a little bit. Start by rotating the hands one way and then reverse it the other way. And then we're going to stretch the palm. So palm facing you, hand just right around the knuckles, and then press the knuckles towards you as you push your wrist away. That makes sense. So the hand is straight. Straight. And then we'll flip it. Like you're saying, stop, and reverse it. And you're drawing your fingers back towards you, and the wrist is pushing away. Other side, shake that out. Palm faces you, press your knuckles back and push your wrist away. Keep the belly and lower belly a little tight here so that the spine is protected. And then switch. Saying stop with your hand, and then pushing your fingers gently, guiding them back towards you as you reach your wrist forward towards me. And let's just wait on that again. All right, take. Let's come on to all fours. We're going to start with, you can start with your left side. So we're going to take one arm up to the left arm up to the sky, shoulders back, inhale, lift, look back, and then exhale, we're going to send the arm underneath, in between the knee and the hand. Inhale, lift up. Exhale through, like you're threading a needle. One more, inhale, lift. And exhale through, but this time you're gonna come down. Now, if you can come all the way into the shoulder, go ahead. If not, come onto the forearm. If you're on the forearm, this is what it looks like. Drawing your shoulder back. If you can take that arm all the way to the shoulder, this is what it looks like. Push the floor away. I'm gonna turn around so you can see me. Push the floor away. So you're on your left shoulder, and then your right hand is pushing the floor away and drawing your right shoulder behind you. Keep your lower belly pulling back towards the spine. Let the neck and jaw release. And come back up. Back to all fours. Other side, right arm lifts up. Inhale. Exhale, hand in between. Inhale, lift. Shoulders back. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, open. And then exhale, thread the needle onto the shoulder or forearm. I'm going to turn around again so you can see. Forearm or shoulder on the ground. Push the floor away. Let the head release. If this is too much, just come up on the shoulder. Both of them work the upper back. And come back to all fours. Let's press back to downward dog, or your variation of that. Forearm plank, downward dog, whatever's, or dolphin pose, whatever is in your wheelhouse. Tuck the toes, press back, open up the armpits towards each other, lengthen the tailbone, ears in between the biceps. Just shake the hips left and right gently, just to kind of open up the hamstrings and the hips, low back. And then let's rock the feet to the hands. I'm going to turn to face you. Hang forward, grab your elbows, weight over the toes. Almost as if you can, you should be able to lift the heels easily. Good. Hanging forward, switch the grip on the elbows. Now taking your hands a little bit in front of your feet, you're going to take the right hand to the floor and bend the right knee. Straighten the left leg and take the left arm up and look up at the left thumb. Shoulders squeeze back towards each other. So right hand down, right knee bent, left leg straight, left arm up. Look to the left thumb. Shoulders squeeze back towards each other. And have little to no pressure on that right hand. Switch, left hand down, right underneath the shoulder, left knee bends, right leg straight, right arm up, shoulders squeeze back. Little to no pressure on that left hand. And release. Hang forward and let's ragdoll roll up to standing. So coming to the front of the mat, hands to your heart. Should feel nice and open a little bit in the shoulders now. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Bend my knees here. Hands so I don't bump my head, but do as you must and as you will. We're going to take the right leg back for a lunge and lower the heel. I'm going to turn around to face you. So lower the heel so it's on a slight angle, right? Like on a 45-degree angle, the right foot. And then lift yourself up to standing. The front knee is bent, back leg is straight. We're going to come into warrior two. So the hip points will be facing the side of your mat. And if you had to draw a line from the back of the front foot, it would bisect the back foot. That makes sense. Drop the right arm back. Inhale, lift up with your left, reverse warrior. Relax the shoulders down so you're lifting the rib cage up. Knee is staying towards the pinky toe and at a nice 90-degree angle. Side bend, reach over. Armpit up towards the ceiling, forearm on the thigh. Shoulders squeeze back towards each other. Inhale back up to reverse warrior. Legs are staying the same. And this time you're going to interlace your hands behind your back. So try and get the heels of the palms to touch. That's going to open the shoulders up even more. You may not get as high with the hands, but you will open the shoulders up, which is more important. So reaching the hands down, palms, heels of the palms together, behind your back. So this is what it looks like behind my back. Reaching down, and then lift the chest up, scoop the tailbone, and draw your left shoulder on the inside of your left knee as much as you can, and let the hands go up to the ceiling. Let the head and neck release, or let the jaw release. Breathe. And then slowly reach out of the crown of the head, nice flat back to come back up. Release the arms. Shake them out a little bit. And you're going to take the arms out to the side. Take the hips forward so you're in more of a warrior one pose with the legs. So the hip points are facing forward. Front knee is bent, back leg is straight. The left arm, or the right arm is going to go under the left, and you're going to wrap the arms. So they start out like this, and then the right goes under the left, and then wrap, so that the hands are touching. Inhale, arch the upper back as much as possible. Keep the tailbone lengthened, tummy to the spine. Breathe into the upper back. Keep that front knee bent. And we're going to come back down on the inside of the left leg again with the same arms. And then slowly lift back up, back to that arched upper back, but keep the tailbone long. Nice big breath, unravel, and then come to face me, come to face the side of your mat. So toes in, heels out, and we're going to switch sides that whole little series. So turn that opposite foot to bisect either back or front of the mat, whichever is easier for you. And we're going to bend that front knee, come to a warrior two. Knee goes towards the pinky toe to open it up. Tailbone is long. Scoop the belly button in. And then reverse. So drop the back hand, relax both shoulders, lift with the ribs. Keep the knee going towards the pinky toe. And then side angle, so the forearm comes onto the thigh, shoulders reach back, arm over the ear, armpit up, tailbone long, shoulders try and touch each other in the middle of the back. You can also think of it as the collarbones widening out. Yep, shoulder relaxed. Make sure that that left shoulder is relaxed, the jaw is relaxed. Inhale, lift up, and then take the hands behind the back, interlace them, heels of the palms touching. Reach them down, tummy in, lower belly in, lift the chest and come right shoulder on the inside of the right leg. Arms over the head, let the head, neck, and jaw release. And then slowly come out to a flat back, and then all the way up. Release the arms, shake them out a little bit if you want. Turn the hips now forward. So you're in warrior one feet. And take the arms out to the side and take the opposite arm under. So now the left arm comes under to the right. And we're going to inhale, lift up, arch up, lower belly, cling to the spine. Breathe into the upper back. One more breath here. And then exhale, elbows in, inside of the right thigh, and release down. Slowly come back up. Arch back up, upper back, up and back, lower back, long. And unravel and release. Shake them out a little bit. Okay. So grabbing your elbows behind your back if that's possible, just like that. If you're able to do that. Toes in, heels out. Nice wide V stance. And the long part of your mat. So lengthen your tailbone, drawing it towards the floor. Lift the collarbones and spread them as you come forward. And let the head and neck hang. Let the jaw relax. Tiny micro bend in the knees. Shake the head no and yes to make sure there's no tension there. Keep the collarbones wide. Coming out to a flat back. And then all the way up, nice and slow. Switch the grip on your elbows. So grab them opposite. Take a moment. And then come right back down. Belly to the thigh, or to the spine, and then slowly come over. Collarbones wide, hang. This time, release your hands to the floor and walk your hands over to your left leg, and then just draw your chest towards your left ankle, or as close to that as you can get. That's the visual, that your breastbone is trying to align with your ankle. And then walk yourself over to the opposite side and do the same thing, breastbone to ankle. Draw yourself down and forward. And then back to center. Fingertips to the ground, arch the back like a mini cow pose with a wide leg stance. Yeah, that's it. And then exhale, palms to the floor, let the head release towards the ground. Shake it out. 2 more like that. Fingertips to the ground, mini cow pose. Shoulders, hips to the ceiling, belly reaching the floor. Exhale, let the head come down, palms to the ground. Jaw releases. Inhale 1 more time. Just like that. Yep. And then exhale. Shake it up. Walk your feet in, toe heel them in. And then come on to your knees. So, on the knees, you can either tuck the toes here, or if you're more flexible, you can have the feet on the ground. I'm going to tuck my toes today because I have a little low back issue. So, here's some variations. You can just keep the hands here, pressing that tailbone long if you have a tendency to hyperextend or low back issues. If that's not a problem, then take one hand to start on the heel and lift the other arm up. And then you're going to press the hip points forward like you're trying to touch the wall in front of you. That's the half version, right? Just like that, and then do the other side. If you can do that easily, then we'll go into the full version. So try half first on both sides. And then the full version is both hands on the heels, pressing the hip points forward, tailbone long, heels parallel. Let the head drop in the pillow of the shoulders. Lift the breastbone and press the hips forward. Take a few breaths here. And then to come out slowly, slowly, slowly. Lift up, tops of the feet on the ground, and sit on the heels. How we do it? Let's do that one more time. When you're ready, if you need a blanket underneath your knees, you can do that, or a pillow. Either Ardha half or full. Ustrasana, camel pose, heels parallel, hip points reaching forward, head relaxes back, collarbones wide. Breathing and then slowly coming out. Tops of the feet on the ground. And then come back, sit on the heels. Take a little break. Left palm on top of right, thumbs touching. Close your eyes and sit nice and tall just for a few moments. So coming on your bottom. I'm going to take the legs straight out. Take the fleshy part away from the bones, the sit bones. So the feet are straight out in front of you. Grab onto wherever is comfortable, calves, hams, ankles, feet, wherever you can reach, it feels good. Inhale, reach the chest up, widen the collarbones, and exhale, reach it towards your toes as you come over and release. On the inhale again, reach the chest up, get as long as you can, reach out and over to come down, and breathe. Last one, inhale, reach, up and out, and over to come down. And now we're just gonna take a few breaths here, just releasing into the pose. So just breathe normally here. Relaxing the shoulders, jaw, and throat. Breathing into the hips. Slowly ragdoll roll up to a seated position. Hands rest right on your kneecaps. Just let the warmth of the hands kind of release the legs through the tendons around the kneecaps. Sitting nice and tall. Take your right leg and cross it over your left, right at the knees. So the knees are kind of like right on top of each other. If this feels like enough for you, just stay here. If you're able to take the opposite foot back, you can do that. Or just stay like we were. So try and get both hips on the ground. We're going to inhale, lift up, and then exhale like a board. Pitch yourself forward about a 45-degree angle. You're going to feel it in your hips. So breathe into that and elongate through the crown of the head. Take a few breaths here. Maybe go a little further. And then if you can, just release all the way back. You can put your hands at the small of your back and just release right over your legs. And the nice flat back to come up. Whichever leg is on top, take the opposite arm, elbow to the outside of the knee if you can. If that's too much, you can just hug it in. Then take and just keep that arm straight. Take the hand, same hand as the hip is on the floor, lift up and look back. On the inhale, lengthen and look up. On the exhale, rotate and look behind you a little more. One more, inhale, lift. And exhale, rotate. Slowly come back. That's Bob Fosse, these guys out. Or just go into the one straight leg and then the leg bent on top. Both sit bones down against your feet if you'd like. Inhale, flat back, pitch forward to about a 45-degree angle, or just till you start to feel the hips engage, and reach out of the crown of the head and breathe. And then pitch yourself a little forward, more forward, breathe, or just stay where you are. If that feels pretty intense, just breathe into that. And again, if it's too much to cross both legs, just keep one straight and the other one crossed. You'll still get a benefit in the hip. And then reaching out and coming over, just kind of hanging over the legs, releasing over the legs. And then reaching out of the crown of the head, coming up, opposite arm is the leg on top, twists around, inhale, lift, exhale, twist, inhale, lift, exhale, twist, one more, lift, and twist. Coming back to center, we're just going to finish up with a couple of more hip guys here. So hands on the ankles, elbows on the knees, reach the chest forward and just gently draw those knees down towards the floor. So the chest is reaching forward and gently guiding those knees open. And then now for the upper mid back, take the feet in as close as you can to the body. Grab the elbows, grab the ankles, elbows by the body. Keep them as close to the, just right outside the body as you're pulling your ankles straight back. As you lift your chest, widen your collarbones, and draw your knees to the floor. You should really feel it in the mid, upper back. This is a great posture for strengthening that area. Breathe normal. And release. Take your legs out in front of you, just shake them out a little bit. And let's take our pillows, whatever pillow or meditation cushion you were using before, and let's do something for the upper back to open it up, and the hips actually. So let's take the upper back onto the pillow. So you want it just so that your head is just on the way down, so there's a little bit of hang from the neck here to help open the neck. If you want to work on opening your hips a little bit, you can go into cobbler's pose with your feet together, knees out to the side. If the low back is bothering you, you can do knees together, feet wide apart, or just come into Shavasana with straight legs. Palms up a little bit, few inches away from the body, maybe a foot or two, and just breathe here. So fill the body up with as much air as you can on the inhale. And then in your mind, count the inhale and make the exhale twice as long. And stick to the same count. So if you're inhaling on a 5 count, exhale on 10. Inhale on 3, exhale on 6. Whatever it is, keep consistent, but make the exhale twice as long as the inhale. That's actually a great tonifier for the nervous system, and it helps blood flow in the body. Nice full inhales. And just let the air melt out on the exhale. And as it melts out, let it take any tension with it. Whatever you don't need, let it go. If the mind starts to wander, just bring it back to the breath. You need to adjust the body, go right ahead. Inhale light. And exhale anything unnecessary. Take a nice deep breath, and when you're ready, just start to slowly move. Bring movement back into the body. And when you're ready, take a nice big stretch lengthwise. And when you're ready, slowly come into a fetal position on your side. And just take a few breaths here. And then when you're ready, just slowly press up to a seated position. We'll just finish with one Om and Om Shanti. You can join in if you want, or just listen. Om is a great way to take a diagnostic as to how things are moving and flowing within you, and it also acts as kind of a tuning fork for all your chakras. Sound is low in tone and pitch. The part is longer than the O part, and that's for peaceful body and mind. Deep breath in. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. Thanks for practicing with me, you guys.